Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is KairoS and welcome back to Naval Action, Finding Your Sea Legs. So as you can see, I've taken our little cutter from last episode up to Ragged K. Our economy is doing quite well. We have 4 million reales now. Most of this has come from selling provisions and hemp at Mortimer Town, but I think we can speed up this process a little bit and make even more money. So I've come to Ragged K to sell tobacco. We're going to have to set up a tobacco plantation because this stuff sells really well. This is our port for tobacco. If you're wondering where to find it, if you're a pirate player, you want to come to Ragged K and we can set up our plantation here. To do that, we're of course going to need to actually establish an outpost here first, which is one reason why I've been saving up money. So we will just double check, yep. We will buy a permit here, and then we're going to have to spend another 25,000 of course on establishing our outpost. And that's fantastic. We can now leave our ship here, of course, and we can build, if we go to buildings, we can build our plantation. I haven't invested in this, of course. I don't think you even can invest in tobacco. So it's one of those resources you have to find, I think, on the map. But anyway, this is where you do it. So if we go build, we should, yep, tobacco plantation. It's relatively, first one's not too bad actually, but it gets relatively expensive. So we'll try and go up to level 3 once the internet catches up. So you can see that it's doesn't produce a lot, okay? Only 20 storage here, and it will only produce 10 per day. We want more than that for sure. So let's upgrade that. And this will pay for itself quite quickly. This is going to cost us, oh, okay, another 50,000. Okay, good. So that's good. I didn't realize it actually doesn't get exponentially more expensive. Okay, well, there's no reason why you shouldn't spend 150,000 reales on upgrading that to level 3, guys. That is going to pay for itself very quickly. Tobacco sells very well indeed, and we'll just actually quickly have a look at that. We're actually about to have the reset, which is why I'm doing this now. There's no point in going out and actually trying to sync anything when we'll just get kicked out of the server. Tobacco is what we want. Tobacco. There we go. As you can see, it sells at Santa Maria for over 8,000 reales per unit. And I'm actually not sure how much it cost to buy. Maybe, I think it's 3,500 from memory, but it's been a while since I've bothered with tobacco, to be honest, guys. But it's there and ready for us to use. Over the next couple of days, it will store itself up, and we can come and collect it whenever we're ready. I might actually leave our little cutter here for now. This is a good base of operations for our cutter. We're probably only going to be carrying, 30 to 60, maybe 100 at most of this stuff per trip. So a small cutter is probably ideal. Alright guys, so here we are in our little Hercules. I've set her up for trade hunting, and I think that's what we're going to be doing today. The time has ticked by and we now have a new patrol zone down here. I actually sent the Rat Visen into this area to get a few medals and was immediately ganked by a whole gaggle of Brits. So I think we will wait until off-peak time to do that, if we do it at all. I honestly don't think I'm going to get my medals this time around, guys, but that's okay. We actually have an event on at the time of recording, which gives us better loot in trade ships on the open world. So I've built this ship for trade hunting. You can see here, she's fast. She has a Bermuda Cedar S and Sabaku S build, which I'm discovering is an excellent build for trade ship hunting. You can see the stats there. Pretty good bonuses on this one too. Get a decent sailing bonus and an excellent hull and mast bonus, etc. So that's great. I've also put a few, mostly medium guns, but I've put a few obusiers on here. You can see the brass guns up there on the poop deck, which apart from looking pretty, are actually very good for whittling down crew. So just having a few on your upper decks can actually help with whittling down crew. And I'm going to miss this wind zone here. I'm just going to sail around, guys, see if I can find any trade ships. I did have some luck earlier Wasn't recording at the time, but I managed to stumble upon a, when I was in my rat visa, I stumbled upon a LGV, and it had 120 units of Bavarian wheat, which is going to sell for a pretty penny once this patrol zone is done. I think we can sell it down at Port-au-Prince here. But there are only so many traders on the seas. We might have to go quite a long way to actually find something. Incidentally, the reason I like using Hercules, especially for trade hunting, is she is strong enough, if you know what you're doing, to take on an LGV. But she's also going to be able to catch brigs, trader brigs in the shallow water areas. So she's an excellent ship for trade hunting for that reason. Although I wouldn't go broadside to broadside with an LGV in this thing. You have to be smart about it, but she has enough crew to board. What we really do need to do, though, is give her an extra book slot so we can put on the Book of 5 rings I've got to make her good for boarding and so on. I don't have any Marines yet either, which is something I need to rectify at some point, but let's continue on our voyage. Let's see if we can find anything. I don't have the sextant at the moment, so I'm just going to have to go by memory, keep my eyes peeled. Might head down towards Spanish waters here and see if I can find anything. Okay guys, we found something. Trader's brig. This is going to be a nice easy catch and a good start to the day, I think. Just try and tag her with the weather gauge, and that will hopefully have some goodies on it. That's about right. We want to, with traders, you want to try and tag them as close as you can, so that you don't have to run after them as long. So, looks like we've just entered hostile waters, or PvP waters. So we'll try and stay close to her. That'll be about right. There we go. Okay guys, let's do this. I'm loading chain on the port side, and double shot on the other side, starboard. What we're going to try and do is also chain on the bow chasers, of course. I think she's going to run straight into the wind, so we're not going to reload in time to get a decent chain volley into her, I don't think. So we're going to go around after her. Full sails, please. There we go. We might be able to get a chain volley into her. We'll see. Well, our first... It looks like she's going upwind there. Fire a few shots at her. Good, mast hit. That's a good start. We'll see if we can get a chain volley as she's going that way. We'll lose her a bit, but it might be worth it. I think. Yeah, this is definitely going to be worth it. We'll close off that. Aiming for the waterline. Beautiful. That's how it's done, guys. Might even go to battle sails now, just for a moment. Steady our pace a little bit while I get ready. We can load. Double on that side now. But she's not going to be going anywhere. We took out a foremast, or mainmast in this case. Good hit. And she is done. Nice and easy. This is how important it is, guys. If you don't lower your sails to battle sails, or raise them, I guess, raise your sails in battle, you will be demasted very, very quickly. But yeah, we shouldn't be loading chain here. Let's load just regular ball here. We should hit our bell as well. I'm going to be careful about giving her a volley here, because I don't want to sink her. Let's start slowing down. We'll give her a volley because we're not ready to board yet. Fire. Yep, that'll do it. Did a bit of damage there. And now, she does not have Marines, so this will be nice and easy. She's actually sinking. Oh, I'm sinking. That's me. Okay, I better put men in the... let's get men off the guns and put men into leaks. You can see we're taking on water right now, which would be really embarrassing if I sank. So we're going to do this quickly. Don't know how she managed to... yeah, I guess she got a good... We'll just attack straight through her fire grenades. I don't know why this is grayed out. If anyone knows what's going on here, I've noticed that as of today, this has been grayed out for pretty much every battle. But we got the leaks under control here, that's fine. We'll just brace. We need to get our preparation up a bit. Brace once more. Yeah, preparation wasn't the best. We got those leaks under control. Well, the water's pumped out, so that's something. I need to be careful about approaching ships, especially... I think we'll go one more. Yeah, they fired their grenades. We'll attack through now. Need to be very careful about that. There we go. Leaks are under control. Especially with players, they're very likely to take advantage of that. One more. I might fire. No, I won't. I'll brace. Because I want to get preparation up. Be patient about this. It pays to get in the habit of being patient, not losing crew. There you go, there's their fire grenades. One more. I might as well let this go through for you guys. And attack. That should be it. Yep, there we go. Boarding one. Okay, what a beautiful sight that is. A successful attack. We have taken a prize. Let's see if she's any good. Nope. Oh, Furtique. Could be worse. We have pigs, Iberian pork, plenty of iron ore, and some rare woods here. Ragoon teak and Riga fur. Fantastic. We'll be taking that back to port, I think. Let's put some crew in there. Confirm. She's now our ship. And we can take her back to port and find out where those pigs are going to be selling. Okay, guys, we are back in Mortimer Town with our prize. As you can see, she's not worth keeping or putting on auction, really, I don't think. So we're just going to unload her and probably just sell her just down here. As you can see, I have been collecting up trade goods. Some of these are purchased. Some of them I have pinched off trade ships. But I'm holding on to them because we're going to make a pretty penny if we sell them in the right ports. I'll probably just get rid of those guns in a little bit. What else is on here? The wood, that's right. So we'll definitely keep all of these resources, I think. We'll put this in here. And we will put our teak. We're going to have to make room for this. I'll just get that out of the way for now. We're getting some rare woods now, which is awesome. And that as well. Get rid of that. I like to keep my... I like to keep things neat in my warehouse. But anyhow. We're not going to sell any of this stuff yet, I don't think. Because... yeah, I don't like the fact that there are players right, you know, doing their PvP right next to this area here. We have to come down to St. Mark and Port-au-Prince here to sell, and I'll have to go through this patrol zone to do so. I don't think anyone's going to bother me in a brig. One advantage of a brig, if you take a trader's brig, people can't really tell that you're in a trade ship. They might assume you're in a basic brig, and there's no advantage to them to sink you in a basic brig. It isn't worth their time. So very often they'll leave you alone if they think you're just a new player pottering around, getting to know the map. So definitely take your trader's brig if you've got something valuable, because even if you do get seen, chances are you'll get left alone. But that's going to do for... Oh, yes. I found this. This is why you always fish, guys. On the way back, I managed to get a sealed bottle. So that's going to be great. We'll take that out later, and I mean, I could sell it, but I'm probably going to keep it. We'll take that out later and find out where that's going to send us. So that's going to be interesting. But for now, I think I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to take a break. Come back later, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. Come back. Okay, guys, so another couple of days have passed in the real world, IRL, and we have plenty of tobacco as a result. You'll have to excuse my voice. You probably noticed a change since the last clip. I have been quite sick the last couple of days, so I'm going to be a bit slow for the rest of this for this episode, guys. But anyhow, we have our tobacco. We have plenty of it, and I think we want to be delivering it before we do any more combat. So, first thing you want to always do, I keep on forgetting to do this, you want to reset your perks. I got a reset perk earlier. I don't think I showed you this last episode. This is my, I'll just show you this quickly, guys. This is my trading build, and I recommend you always use this. As long as you got the doubloons to spare, use the sextant. It'll help you find your way. Definitely want to do it. Take Master Seamanship because it'll increase your speed. Make sure you keep that. I always take the Fisher perk, like so, because, you know, you're going to be fishing long voyages. Definitely take Hold Optimization, an absolute must for trading builds. And lastly, you can take either Fleet Control 2, 1 or 2, if you want to take a large fleet. But with the meta being what it is today, I don't think anyone bothers with big trade fleets. So if you're going to choose between these two, I would say probably just go for Bravery 2. Unless you're planning to take a big fleet. This will increase your speed if you are attacked by a bigger ship. It'll give you a boost, considerable boost in speed, and a considerable combat bonus as well. But it only works if your BR is much higher than your enemy's BR, which for a trade ship isn't going to be a problem. So definitely worth taking. That's my trading build, and now we should be able to take even more. Look at that. We can take even more tobacco, and we have this hold full of tobacco. And I just want to demonstrate this to you guys so that you know tobacco really is the way to go for this economy. So let's see. Let's double check that tobacco is still selling where I think it is. I want to check here. Yeah, it's selling at Morgan's Bluff, which is not a good idea because it's a little bit of a distance, and also it's going straight past the combat patrol zone, so we don't want to be there. But we do have Baracoa down here. Santiago de Cuba is just around the corner here. But I think Baracoa is our best bet because it's half the distance of Morgan's Bluff. And it's really pretty much the same price, as you can see there. So Baracoa is definitely going to be our port of call. And I think we can get underway. I want to deliver this cargo before we do any more combat. And I've got other trade goods that I've collected from raiding, which need delivering in Mortimer Town as well. I'll probably do that off screen so you guys don't get bored and yell at me for making 2 trading episodes in a row. So anyway, let's get underway and take the safe route to Baracoa. And we have made it to Baracoa. Nice easy voyage. I did notice a lot of trade ships out there. Trader cutter, trader brig. Yeah, we're definitely going to do some more commerce raiding soon, but we need to sell our wares first. So let's grab our tobacco. We've got some fish along the way as well, of course. And we want to double check just to make sure, doubly sure that it's still selling here. Yep, there we go. And we have 111 units of it to sell, so we'll go to resources trading. Oh, it's food. Okay, yeah, that's something you got to remember, guys. It's, for some reason, tobacco counts as food, although I wouldn't advise eating tobacco myself. But the game wants to do it that way. So as you can see, we spent, you know, 3,500 per unit on this. And we are going to make considerably more than we spent on all of this lot. We still have tax, unfortunately, but can't be helped. We're going to make 831,000 reales. Bang. Just by sitting there for a few days, doing absolutely nothing, we have made almost a million. Well, not quite that. It's probably closer to 600,000 or so when you consider how much we spent on purchasing the tobacco, but it's still plenty of dough, and it's all in the bank now, waiting to be spent on crafting ships. Well, look at this. Outside of Ragged K, we have our ganky little friend here. They like to hang out here from time to time. Fortunately for me, I'm wind boosted, and I have the weather gauge of him. He is not going to be able to catch me. Sorry, mate. Nice try. They still like to hang out here. This has always been a hotspot for them. There he is. I thought he'd still be out here. So what we're going to do, just going to demonstrate this for you guys. He might not be able to catch us. We aren't doing what we ought to be doing, but what we're going to do now is we're going to turn quickly. Keep on going. If we can stay at the edge there, we might be able to shake him off. There we go. So you want to stick to the edge of the circle, and then you can shake them off. So I really did that deliberately to see if he was still out there. He's got to wait about another 20 seconds before he can... Sorry, guys. He's got to wait about another 20 seconds before he can catch me, and as you can see now, even with his clearly speed-built ship, he's going to have trouble catching up with me, and he's broken off there. So now I'm just going to sit here and mock him. And that was a little bit of a demonstration. You can see there I've dropped my cargo off. I've been sitting out here for a little while waiting for him, and he was hiding behind the island just there. So be aware, if you are in well-known trading ports, they will occasionally come out and try and take you. Notice he's gone and hidden again. He knows what he's doing. This is probably one of the experienced gank crew from way back. They used to be, I'm not going to name names, but there used to be about, I'd say probably 10 or 12 of them who would sort of work in a fairly loose-knit group. They were all British, and they basically spent their whole time camping outside of Mortimer Town, Barracoa, Ragged Key, and sometimes around Salina and Pittstown, but this general area was their hunting ground. Most of them have gone now, but a couple of them still hang around and occasionally try and catch something around Ragged Key, which is the only hunting ground still left of them. But there you are. I can at least say that I'm good at shaking off players. That's something I've had to get pretty good at as time goes by as a trader, as somebody who mostly does solo trading and economy stuff. Yep. Something I'm well used to. Oh, and warn your nation. I've already gone and done that. Let them know when somebody is stalking. You look at him there. He's just sitting there watching. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to say down here, he's still camping here. Lol. And then I'll say traders, beware. Whoop, that startled me there. That's just an AI. Sometimes they work in wolf packs, but this guy I think is on his own. Almost tempted to get my own ship out and see if I can chase him away. Wonder if we can do that. Okay, guys. Well, it looks like the rest of the pirate nation took the hint and mobilized a defense in the area. So somebody has managed to tag this guy. Pikachu has managed to find our target, and apparently has tagged him north of Ragged in the shallows, he says. So I'm going to go and see. Probably not going to have much luck here with this wind, but I'm going to see if Pikachu could use some help. We're getting good speed now that we're wind boosted. Unfortunately, I don't have my combat perks selected, so that's going to put us at a disadvantage. Also, the battle would probably have disappeared by now. I could go in there and change my perks around, but then I'd lose my wind boost, So what we might do is head to the general area that Pikachu here says our enemy is tagged and wait. I'm anticipating that he'll get away because he's probably faster than his opponent. So if we can stay wind boosted until he gets out of the battle, we can probably pounce on him shortly after he gets out of it. So he said the indication he gave was that he was in the shallows north of Ragged, so probably in this area here somewhere. Doesn't look like we can see anything, guys. I think we are going to just hover around. We'll keep an eye. What's this say? Heading to Georgetown. Alright, so Georgetown. Right, so it looks like he's fleeing north. I don't think we're going to catch him. West, not east. Think he's heading to Shroud. Okay. He's heading to Shroud. He's heading north. We should have kept going. Should have known he'd run up there. I figured he might try and run down here towards the safe zone. But looks like he's going for Shroud. Well, good work if you're watching this episode, Pikachu. Good work with your English. Good work with your reports. I have to say that's pretty good info. I'll say thanks for the info. There we go. Nice work, man. But I don't think we're going to catch him, guys. It was at least worth a try. So, a day has passed. I've had my sleep. And come over to Lamona to see what I can find. And sure enough, we have a nice, fat LGV. So I'm going to tag this thing as close as I can to it. Is that a player? Yes. That's alright. This could be interesting. So I'm going to tag this. Let's see if this player tries to attack us as well. We can only... This thing is going to be able to outrun us because we're not in a speed-built ship. Which means we need to load chain. And we need to get a volley in right away. Go to full sails. Make sure we take dudes off the repairs. And we should get our friend... If he does decide to drop in, he should drop in about... Oh, soon. Probably within the next 30 seconds. And obviously, if he does, we'll be fighting him instead. So this is my live oak mahogany build for this ship. So we are going to have a lot of trouble running away if we do have to run away. But what we're going to do is we've got one good volley here. Actually, we should probably load chain on both sides for now. And on the bow. That's it. Now we'll see what this one does. We need to get chain in nice and quick. Make sure we're aiming waterline, I think is probably the best elevation. We'll slow down about now. And fire. That's it. 2 masts down. Easy. So you can take out AI LGVs with a bigger ship, a bigger, slower ship. You just need to tag them correctly. Make sure you aim. And it looks like our friend isn't going to join. So what we'll do, guys, is we'll tack in, hit the bell. Come round. Looks like he's trying to go into the wind. About now, I reckon. I hate the way it doesn't load. We'll have to close that off. The top deck stays on for carronades. Stay on chain sometimes. We're still tacking. So you can see his shots are just bouncing off. He's not really hurting me at all. We'll just tack all the way around. Keep going. Whoop, we need to reverse into this. Turn the rudder. These are set for chain shots, so we'll fire these as we come round. She won't be able to get away now. Okay, I think we can get the sails back now. Looks like she's going just a little bit too fast to grab. Which is fine by me. Gonna give her another volley, I think. This time of, let's close off these. Let's fire these chains. Chain shot. Aiming those things is difficult. Let's just fire. And we'll come round. That didn't work out for me. I was hoping we could grab her midway through the tack. That's alright. We'll just do it the tried and true way. Cut across her bow. And we'll load ball on this side now. Oh, he still hasn't... No one's jumped in. Interesting. We'll give this... give this a chain volley as we go past too. Higher. A couple of mast hits there, but couldn't quite... yeah, couldn't quite take down the last mast. So you can see even with one mast up, she's still getting along. Compared to us, we are so slow. This is a, this is absolutely a, you know, PV, what am I saying? PvP zone patrol ship. Boom. Okay, now we need to cut off. I left that a little late. Slow down. If she doesn't surrender, I'll just sink her, because I don't have time for this. Probably should have taken men out of the crew as well, so I didn't get splinter damage, but out of the boarding. But that's alright, they're ready to go now. So we've got her. We have got her. Let's take her out. Bowsprit's down, she's done. So I should have adjusted my microphone before I started recording, doesn't matter. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I think this will be the last battle for this episode. I need to upload this tonight, otherwise you won't be seeing it at the appointed time. So we're going to wait for her to fire her. Our deck guns are grayed out again. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Honestly, guys, let me know in the comments why that happens. But I think we can probably attack now. Yeah, they've used brace there. We'll probably save our rum for now because I want to save it for the patrol zone later. Fire a musket volley in that case. They defended. Didn't do much damage. Might try and attack through their... Oh, they've got pretty high morale actually. Let's whittle down their morale a little bit first. So they took out quite a few dudes there. They've got a lot of marines and they've got a lot of muskets, so we should be a little careful here. We don't have any marines. We do have the, what's it called again? The Book of Five Rings. But their preparation's staying up pretty good, pretty high. Fire grenade. They defended through that, yeah, okay. Just have to do it slowly. Pretty strong ship, this one. Hopefully that means there's something good on her. Yeah, we're just going to have to wait for our preparation to go up. So when you're doing this, guys, against AI, sometimes you just got to sit here and let it climb back up, the preparation. Which is what we're going to do. It should be around 50 before you really commit to anything. And they're actually giving as good as we're giving them, in spite of the numbers. So maybe we will hit our rum. And now we're going to attack. Did plenty of damage. Don't know why their preparation's staying up so high. It's really annoying, actually. Let's actually brace. Yep. We're still going to win, but I'm just kind of annoyed that they're putting up such a good fight. It's these Marines, you see. Marines make all the difference in this game. If you've got Book of 5 Rings and Marines, you're going to win pretty much every boarding action that you attempt, within reason. Yeah, see, it's still graying out. I'm just going to wait for my prep to come up again. You know what might help if we closed off these. Let's close off these guns. I'm not sure if that'll make any difference, but let's do it anyway. Okay, they've got their grenades off. Sorry, this is a bit of a long slogging match here, guys. And I have no idea what's gone wrong with this fire deck gun setting here. It's really weird that that's grayed out. I'm not sure if that's a bug or some kind of game feature. It's only started doing that to me recently, and I have no idea why it's doing it. Maybe it's got something to do with the angle. I don't know. Musket volley, yeah, not really helping. They used a musket volley as well that time. Okay. You can see our crew creeping up because we've set our rum off. So that's good. And I am going to leave this go, just so you guys can see. Yeah, see, it's still graying out. And you want to leave at least 2 or 3 seconds here. Wait till the last 2 or 3 seconds, otherwise they will react to it with the defend. If you attack, they'll defend. So about now, boom, there we go. Finally, that took a while. They surrendered with 120 crew left, which is probably smart on their part. So that is a successful LGV capture. Bit of a slow one there, guys. Sorry about that, but hey, there wasn't really enough combat footage in this particular episode anyway, and I'm glad we kept this ship because we got some good supplies here. Actually, we might be able to carry it all. Isn't that ironic? We could have just sunk her. Would have been easier. I think we're going to have enough. Yep. Oh, not quite. Okay, so we are going to take the ship. We are, in fact, going to take the ship. What kind? She's a teak for shabby, so we're definitely going to just sell the ship. Transfer crew. Make sure you don't go over what you need. We'll just need a couple of hundred for now. Confirm. And she's now our ship. We've taken yet another prize. We can take her back to Lamona. So I think this is going to do for this episode, guys. We have succeeded in doing plenty of KairoS raiding this episode. We have managed to capture plenty of ships, including some I didn't film, and made a lot of goods very quickly, a lot of money very quickly. Got it back to port, sold it at the appropriate ports, and that's how you get rich in this game, guys. That and selling tobacco. So, hopefully you found this somewhat entertaining. This has been KairoS, and I'll see you all in the next episode.